Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Now let me take you to Andhra Pradesh where we are receiving a breaking news from. This is about the shutdown that has been announced by the TDP workers and that boiling matter of the arrest of Chandrababu Naidu. Now after his arrest, TDP workers are now staging a massive protest in Chittoor, Nellore and West Godavari areas of Andhra Pradesh. So anger is there against the arrest of Chandrababu Naidu, who is the TDP chief. TDP workers have announced a shutdown, and after that, they are now staging a massive protest in Chittoor, Nellore and West Godavari. Remember, the TDP chief, Chandrababu Naidu, was actually arrested in an alleged skill development scam that began in the state, and now this arrest has actually been made and TDP workers are angry about it. They have announced a shutdown, and post that they are now staging a massive protest in Chittoor, Nellore and West Godavari area since early morning. As you can see the visuals on your screen, this is the protest that is currently going on. This is because of the arrest of TDP chief Chandrababu Naidu in an alleged skill development scam. So the day-long shutdown has been called by the opposition Telugu Desam party to protest arrest of its supremo and former chief minister N. Chandrababu Naidu in an alleged skill development scam. The protest has already begun. The TDP leaders and workers came out on streets at different places condemning the arrest of Naidu for a third day in a row. Police placed several top leaders of the party under house arrest to foil the protest as well. But what we are seeing in the visuals is that a massive protest going on after announcing a complete day shutdown. To give us more details about that, I have CNN News 18 Swastika Das joining me live from Hyderabad. Swastika, could you tell us more about the leaders that have been put on house arrest as well as the protest that is currently going on?
Well, first things first, I'll give you a gist of what is happening in Andhra. TDP, remember, has called for protests, statewide protest. In fact, that is why we are seeing activists of the TDP party, in fact, staging dharnas in Nellore, Chittoor and across the state. And there is a heavy clampdown by the police as well. No activists are being allowed to stage any kind of protest. In fact, section 144, that is prohibitory orders, are in place in and around Rajamandri Central Prison where Mr. Naidu is lodged, and also in Vijayawada. This is going to be effective on the till the 12th of September. Now coming back to your other question on the legal route that is being taken, well, it is now confirmed that the ACB court will be hearing the house arrest petition put in by the Naidu's side. In fact, the application says that Mr. Naidu should be kept under house arrest, not only because he is just a Z plus security, but also there is a threat to him. And in fact, right now Mr. Naidu is lodged at the Rajamandri Central Prison in a separate cell altogether with ample security. He has been allowed to have food from home, medication, and in addition to all the normal facilities that or rather special facilities that will be extended to him because of his age. Also, he's 73 years old, remember, and in this particular case he's accused number 37, and the fact that the court has mandated that Mr. Naidu be given extra security is in the wake of life threat that Mr. Naidu has.
Well, Swastika, I want to understand from you that TDP is continuously saying that this arrest is illegal. On what grounds exactly are they claiming that?
The first things first, they have questioned the entire timeline of the case. Remember, the investigation, according to them, assumed momentum only after Jagan Mohan Reddy government came into power in 2019. The timeline of this particular case dates back to the period between 2014 to 19 when Naidu was the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. The allegation levelled against Mr. Naidu is that he siphoned off public funds to the tune of 371 crores in the name of developing skill development centres across the state. He sent this money or transferred them via shell companies to private entities. 279 crores have been traced. The rest of the amount is yet to be traced. That's point number one. Point number two, the order, according to the CID team, said that Naidu did all of this in a unilateral fashion. It was a non-transparent manner in which he did. No legal tenders were issued to the two private companies that were brought on board for the development of the skill development center. The other allegation is that there were 6 skill development centers that to be developed, but none of that has actually turned into reality. So the question remains, where did that public money go? The counter from Mr. Naidu's side is that all of this is being fabricated by the Jagan Mohan Reddy government. It's a case of pure political vendetta and comes in the backdrop of, as the TDP says, several internal surveys that have not been positive to Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy, and that is why, in a bid to clamp down on the TDP to stop it from campaigning in the state of Andhra Pradesh as it goes to elections next year. This is all a ploy by Jagan Mohan Reddy, in fact, to target Mr. Naidu and also his son Lokesh, who is currently on a Padayatra.
Ms. Swastika, since we were talking about the protest, I want to understand from you how violent are these protests? Also, what are the cops exactly doing? Are there any restrictions and curbs that have been put into play?
First of all, the TDP calling for a statewide protest in itself is not has not been green signaled by the police, and that is why you are seeing security being scaled up across the state. In and around the Rajahmundry special prison, central prison, where there is a lot of build-up of TDP cadres in the morning since late night, last night itself, when Mr. Naidu was brought by road till the Rajahmundry central prison. There was a lot of accumulation of TDP karyakartas, and the state police has been heavily clamping down on them. You've seen protests break out in Nellore, Chittoor, in all of these areas. In fact, the police have ramped up their security. They are not allowing anybody on the road. They do not want any law and order situation. And despite that, the TDP karyakartas, whether it is through different posters via social media, you can see Mr. Naidu's topic is trending across the country, and also scaling up protests on the ground. The TDP has taken it up, and they are going to, in fact, for that matter, not just the state activists, but also several of them, even in Hyderabad, have been staging protests. Not just that, NRI communities backing Mr. Naidu have also expressed their anger over Mr. Naidu being sent to jail. So for the TDP politically, this may come as a big setback, but as Lokesh, Naidu's son, in fact said that the party will come back in full spring, and the fact that truth will prevail. They are hopeful that they will get some relief from the ACB court when the hearing for the house arrest comes up, and eventually they will also move to the High Court if the order does not come in their favor.
Well, Swastika, thank you so much for bringing in all those details from the ground.